Thank you. That chair wouldn't let me go. So I'm here to speak to you guys about social integration. So we decided, me and Hannah, that I would go like that every time I told her to, I want her to switch. So, okay, so let me start by defining social integration. Social integration is the process where all members of the refugee community are included and assisted in settling in the already existing Canadian multiculturalism to achieve and maintain peaceful and strong relations between different individuals and to help them benefit from different available opportunities without falling into subcategories. So when newcomers or refugees first arrive to Canada, we have to keep in mind that they have already been through traumatizing experiences and struggles. And coming into a new country, they struggle with different things such as languages, the cultural clash. It's a completely new culture to them, and they are completely unfamiliar with the Canadian system. And as youth, as youth integrate into the community, they might be unable to express themselves because of the language barrier. They don't know how to speak English properly. Or they might think that some of the Canadian norms are foreign to them, and they're strange ideas or ideologies, and they can't seem to kind of integrate into this society properly. Or they might feel like their own culture is not familiar to the Canadian society. Therefore, they feel like they might be isolated, but not necessarily from the Canadian system, but they might feel like they need to isolate themselves, so they do not associate with people from other from other cultures, and that leads to social isolation, like the diagram shows, and then that might lead to potential mental health problems such as depression. And I recently started studying about social anxiety, which is huge because being isolated from the society will make you feel shy and not want to express yourself properly in front of people, and that affects you in the long term, as well as stress. And add on top of that the post-traumatic stress disorder that they might be already suffering from. And as a newcomer myself, well, not so new anymore, I went through some experiences and some struggles. I went through some struggles, maybe not so much with the English language, because I was fortunate to be in an English immersion school back home, but maybe with the cultural clash and trying to find my identity in a new country, in a new society. But having a supportive system around me made a huge difference. And if it wasn't for my teachers or my colleagues or my classmates, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I just want to stress how important it is for the settlement sector to be part of that support system. Because from my experience with working with CCLC, being a volunteer with them for almost a year now, maybe a little over a year, sorry, it's a phenomenal work that they do, because they provide so many different programs for them, including but not limited to the homework club. I was part of the homework club, and a lot of newcomers would come and they would struggle with English or with math or science. So they might already know the information, but the English part is what they struggle with. And conversation circles, which is an amazing program that I was part of, where we help newcomers and immigrants with pronunciations and maybe grammatical things that they might struggle with while speaking, as well as networking, which is also it's extremely important, helping the newcomers and the refugees network and communicate with each other and connect with other refugees and newcomers and the Canadian society as well. And I would like to take this time and thank CCLC and Valley and Yan for keeping their door open for us as volunteers to be part of such an amazing mission and to be part of this project to create the extended family sense for the refugees and the newcomers. So thank you for listening to me.